Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmett. In this episode, I will try to just make very quick comments. I am compelled to try to say something quickly about sacrifices and what the way I just said that was like I am apologizing for it, and I'm like tiptoeing around saying it. But uh, if you do not um, um, if you are not aware to see through the veil of the matrix, and you are in the program of nothing means nothing, like nothing is connected to anything. That is the American programming of mind control. Every single thing you learn is independent of everything else, and they're taught, and you are taught that you're independent from everybody else. I can be my own person. I'm my own thing. I'm not connected to anybody before me. I don't know my ancestors. That, those people before me don't matter. Uh, you know, whatever happened in the past is the past. That's a mind control. That is completely the opposite of um, the laws of the universe. I can't say it any other way. I want to say common sense, but people don't have common sense. Whatever has happened before is is exactly a result of what is happening right now. So let's just put that on the table. But also, only in the moment of now can you make a change. So that is the duality. Yeah, whatever has happened, it's a direct result of what is happening in this second right now. So everybody affects everybody. Everything has a meaning. This is not just randomness. But unfortunately, this world is so upside down, inside out, unnatural, and run by unnatural people that don't want you to ever connect with your soul and your inner self, because your inner self is the truth. And you're going to know the truth if you ever connect with your own self. If you ever connect with your own self, that little tiny super quiet, like an invisible voice that is usually talking to you, but you ignore it. If you ever connected with that inner genie, then you will wake up, and you're gonna understand what other people are saying to you. But the point is that everything is connected. So anyway, yes, people are getting sacrificed, they're getting butchered, but it's unfortunate that you can see uh, black people get murdered on TV, get ritualistically murdered in films. You've been through slavery, and you're still a slave, and you just know everything's against you, and you don't want to connect to the idea that celebrities are getting butchered just like you are. I mean, you can see all the distortion of life around you, and I don't want to say hell, but you can see all of this out of imbalance around you, and all of this hate around you, and all this attack against you. But yet, when somebody tries to tell you a celebrity has sacrificed, has agreed in purpose to have their relative murdered, their closest relative or closest friend murdered, then you want to say, just died of natural causes. Oh, that was just another drug overdose. So anyway, I'm here to try to say something. And I have to be short. Let's think about, okay, I'm going to try to explain why, a lot of people, they see the thing happening and then they want to question why it's happening. And the why is irrelevant. The why, because you are a natural person, a human, Hueman. You are the soul man. They used to call you that. You have a soul, and there's other people that don't. That's why. The reality is you have people that are psychopaths. You can't reason with a psychopath. That's why they're sacrificing people. But it's even more than that. The nature of these people is control. That's like the number one thing. And right in front of your face right now, even world domination is their ultimate control, their ultimate goal of control, since they even accidentally got invented here. That's their ultimate goal. And they're pretty much gotten there. Because now you got the COVID that thing that is affecting every single person on the planet, unless you live in the mountains. Unless you live in the mountains or an island, or out away from uncivilization. Anyway, let me quickly make my points. This talk is about, this is the question I want to try to answer. Why? I don't like to say why, but because why has many answers. But what is the reasoning for celebrities to sacrifice their family members? Number one, even, you know what? I don't even have to answer that. Obviously, it's to keep the fame and keep the money and be in the $20 million club and still be relevant and get the perfume deals, commercials, and all that. But you're thinking, you want to think about the humanity side of the reasoning. And that, you have to understand that the people doing this are not humane. And that's exactly why they do it. They get joy from the pain of other people. That's what you don't get. And it's not even just pain, but they enjoy that, and they know they're inferior. So in order to feel superior, you always have to crush people, kill people, make them feel down, be in control of them. So let me try to review this and get done in the next 5 minutes. Number one, it's about control. That's their nature. They're obsessive. They're obsessive, compulsive control freaks. I need to slow down what I'm saying. They are obsessive control freaks. That's character trait number one. Number two is they are through and through psychopaths. If you don't know what that means, look it up. The bottom line is you can't reason with those people. They do the unnatural, but there's no reasoning with them. You can't bargain with them about stuff. Number three is this super secret that you don't know, which is inside the pineal gland of black people, there's a light and that is another word for light is Christ. Okay, now, as I was saying, they're non-natural, they're psychopaths, they are control freaks, and there's the secret is that there's people that what makes you human and what makes you natural to the earth. You know what? Look, black people are natural and indigenous to the earth. That is it. That is, put a period on that. Your little Bible tells you that. If you researched, gosh, I should know these people's names. I need to write them down, but there's some black people that have researched, okay? Dane Calloway is one of them. He has researched the actual archives of the journals of American history, and it will tell you that the rapists that came over there that called themselves explorers, it tells you verbatim what they saw in their journals. And they saw black people with bushy hair and all kinds of other hair types, but I'm specifically saying bushy hair so you don't, so you can get the picture. We all have different hair types, and if you wet your hair a lot, actually, your hair will become very soft. If you wet it and oiled it every day, it's gonna, the length of it will make it relax by itself. Okay? Black people are, they have an issue about their hair because they have never had it, most have never had it be long because of the torture that we've been in. Even as slaves, or enslaved people, um, they would cut off the women's hair. I didn't know that. Anyway, let me just repeat this for you, okay? They're psychopaths, they are obsessive control freaks, and they're literally unnatural. And that means that whatever is natural in the universe, they are the opposite of that, okay? In their nature and in everything, okay? So, what does their nature show? Their nature, they are the people that they actually don't have any sense of guilt. Okay, that's part of their genetic makeup. And what makes you human, okay? People think, oh, you're human on the outside. No, it's actually the invisible part of you, your spirit, okay? And for you being in a physical body, your spirit is housed in your pineal gland, and there's a microscopic light there. Now, I could go endlessly about the beast, but I'm going to cut myself off right now. I'm going to try to. And in this video, in this talk, I'm just going to have Dr. Laila Africa. I'm going to have his video where he explains about your pineal gland and what's inside there. Now, he's given you the direct evidence via a picture that he stole, and he's trying to tell you in very few words, because he's talking about nutrition, or something. He's trying to tell you black people are different, but he's not telling you the occult thing about you being a god. Okay? I think maybe he wasn't on that level of understanding, but he was very near it. And whatever the case is, he's showing you the science of your brain. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to simplify it and tell you that your soul is housed in your pineal gland, and your soul is really a light. Soul means sun. What is a sun? Okay, in layman's terms, it is a light. In science terms, they call the sun a star. And it, I could tell you more of what it really is, but let's just leave it at that so you can try to take baby steps to understand. And so anyway, there's something that makes you different and something that makes them different. You were here first, but it's not even about you being here first. You are the seed of creation. You are the embodiment of everything in creation. That is a very high science to know, and it's secret information, and it's something that, black people, in order to wake up, you need to understand that.
This is your brain cells here. These little bubbles here, these represent your brain cells. This is a photograph inside of your brain. And these bubbles here are brain tissue. And this, in this area, is a liquid-filled space that we call the third ventricle of your brain. This item floating right here is what you call your third eye. That is your anatomical third eye. That's in your body. Right now. Every time a planet moves, something moves inside of that galaxy, but it's not a galaxy. It's something larger than that. And you have the largest one in your brain that in your race. It also causes you to be connected to outer space. It becomes inner space with African people. Now, I'm talking about an area called your third ventricle, where a gland resides that we call the pineal gland. That's the gland I was referring to that makes this color, this pigment called melanin, which makes your skin brown. It's made by this gland here, primarily by this gland called the pineal gland. And this gland triggers responses in all the other glands. It keeps your body in rhythmicity, keeps everything in clockworking order. Anything that affects this gland will affect all the glands in your body. Anything that alters the ability of your glands to work, a cough suppressant that suppresses secretions of your gland. Antiperspirants that suppress the secretion of your glands. Anything that suppresses the secretions of your glands stops the ability of the pineal gland to function.